G'day mates, welcome to Emperor, fresh off the back of my Pharaoh and Cleopatra Let's Play. Finished that one up just now. We're going to be heading in and doing Emperor. I have myself a little bit of a city building urge. Let's dive right on in. My Emperor's name will be... Let's have a quick look at these. Easy. You know, I'm going to do my own. It's going to be BLXZ. I'm not imagining that at all. So our zodiac animal we will stay on the rabbit because that is what I actually am. I come from the year of the rabbit. So I will pick that one and we'll dive right on into the first tutorial campaign, the Jia Dynasty.
Welcome to ancient China, home to the world's oldest continuous civilization. You are about to travel back in time over 4,000 years, for it was then along the fertile banks of the Wei River that several families banded together, discarded their nomads' cloaks, and established a small settlement. As village elder, it is your duty to plan the layout of this new settlement. You will be called upon to provide your people with food and water, as well as a means to slake their spiritual thirst.
Well, there we go. This is a very, very basic one. Much like every other Impressions game, we have ourselves a simple little beginning start. Now, difficulty level will be hard throughout this entire Let's Play. I could go as high as very hard, or, you know, there's all different varieties. Could go as high as very hard, but I really do enjoy the challenge of hard it doesn't bog the game down too much, but it doesn't make it super easy either way. So let's dive right on in. Slow time down, although I think it might actually be paused at the beginning. And there we go. So let's have a quick look around what we got here. This is the most basic tutorial mission. They've got something already laid out, and I think we can put down... Yeah, we can already put down roadblocks as well. That's great news. So with that, let's build our little housing block. This won't be the housing block I will be using. I will be using a pretty much one that I think is optimal, which is based on the radius of walkers. So essentially, the shortest walkers I think are the... maybe not here yet. Might be the Ancestral Shrine or the Herbalist or something like that. One of the buildings you can put. They have a radius of 30. They can go. We can go as far as 30 tiles, and then they will turn around and go back. So if I make a block, which again is not this shape, but I will make my ultimate housing block will be a tile length of 58 tiles, so that they will get their 30 length distance, and then they will continue walking around. It would be shorter to continue around rather than to turn around and go back. So they need to get just over halfway, and that's how I will be doing things, probably from future missions onwards. I will explain when I'm building them. We're going to need a well, put that over here. Now the green, as anyone who probably plays this game would know, the green indicates optimal feng shui. There are a bunch of different elements. You've got water and wood and rock and fire and all these different things like that. And having this building here is near the rock, but it is not good feng shui. Having a water element near a fire element is not good. So you put it over here near the wood element, and it will work beautifully. Now, I care so little about feng shui that I can't even begin to explain how mind-numbingly boring it is. I don't give a shit about it. I will not be doing anything. I will not be making any effort to get optimal feng shui. So I will go for the best location placement. And where there's a little bit of variability, I will try and get it. You know, if I won't put it here if here would suit just as well. So I will, you know, I'll keep things a little bit in, but we're not going to be putting much effort in here. So don't get your hopes up, people. Don't get that at all. We're going to need some food. Actually, let's go first of all and grab a common market square. So much like Zeus, the market square is sort of the bazaar for this particular game. So throw down a food shop, and they will grab food from a mill, which is the equivalent of a granary, and they will come out and get everything. I probably could have actually put that one back, but it doesn't matter. This is the early part of the game, and we'll start off with hunting. We're going to be hunting, and that should get us all the food we need early on. I think those guys there will be good. Now, the difference between... I sort of learned where everything is. The difference between this game and previous games, say Emperor, for Pharaoh, is that I don't need to have a road. I'm not going to send out a walker who will then find labour access from the houses. So the houses can be put in nice proper little blocks, and these guys will just get the labour access they require automatically. People will travel for their jobs. I'll just put you down there. You can go up, put a little roadblock and send him up the correct way, and he should cover all that stuff there. This guy should cover mostly up here. With that, I think we're ready to unpause and head on in. Okay, people are beginning to level up here. That's nice. What we're going to do now is cover how food works. These guys require bland food before they can level up. So gone are the multiple food types from previous games. Now you just have food and flavour. So we have here zero food here at all. Now, one type of food, in this case meat, will be bland food. So people will eat just the basic food, which is essentially meat. It'll pop up once some actual meat arrives at the shop here. But what I can do is there are a whole bunch of different types: bland, plain, appetizing, tasty, and delicious. All the different levels that you can get. Now, you need to combine multiple food types to do that. So I could get bland food, I could get meat and say millet or something, or corn, or something like that, rice, and mix those two together, and then we would have the next level, which would be plain food. And you level it up, so on and so forth. Now every single one of those adds to bulk. So if I have 100 meat and 100 millet, I would have 200 plain food. So that's great, adds up together. You're not actually losing anything in the combination there. There are other forms of food, like salt and spices. Now I'm covering them early. You will probably forget about them much later in the game, but that will come in eventually. The salt and spices add flavour, but they don't add bulk. So I can have 100 meat and 100 salt, and I would end up with 100 plain food when they combine together. So it would level up from bland to plain, but it wouldn't actually add bulk to it. So they can be useful, but getting additional food sources is more useful than just adding flavours to it. So just covering what we need to win this, we require people in plain cottages, and that is what we are beginning to get now. So this is pretty much the end of the mission. We should be able to win very, very shortly. Coming through. Not just yet, we need a bit more food. While we're here, we're going to have a quick look at the ancestors. Now, you throw down an ancestral shrine, and they then provide coverage to the people. So we have here good coverage. I'd like perfect coverage if possible, but we may not have enough employees. Now, there are a number of gods. This is how the god system works, and much different to some of the previous titles. You actually need to give monthly, donations to them. And Nuwa is a creator goddess. Some will come and go as we get through the ages. It's a terrible system. I really don't like it, but I'm able to work with it within the game. So we should be able to just keep things going. Now I need to remember to keep giving them gifts every now and then. Otherwise they will go from neglected all the way down and start hating me.
Well done. You have successfully built a small village and fed them well on meat provided by the hunters. It is easy to see that you learn quickly. Press the proceed button to continue on to the next mission, where your people will learn how to coax seedlings from the fertile land.
There we go, that is the end of it. All nice and done. Pretty easy, all things considered. It's a pretty basic tutorial, but it does introduce us to the basics of food. Next time they will go a little bit deeper in. We will learn a little bit more about making high level food. So I've been Blxz. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button. This is the first episode of a new series. If you do indeed enjoy the city building content, it'll really help me to get that content out there and seen by more people. Appreciate the help, guys, and as always, I'll see you around.